you guys doing?
Wonderful.
Doing good.
I'm psyched.
You're psyched?
Yes. I love it. It's great to be back in the studio.
It really is. I'm glad to have you here.
Yeah.
I think
It's awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited too. You can tell. I brought all my colleagues with me.
Oh, thank you.
I think most people don't know you were remote last time.
Yes, I was. It was good, but I mean, being remote's fine, but it just doesn't have the same feeling as being in the
It's
studio.
the same energy.
Mhm.
It's not the same.
It
Right.
wasn't the same.
Oh, we're glad to have you here
Yeah.
sitting next to us.
Yes.
Without you here, it's
Yes.
kind of like, where's Jorge? You know.
Kyle,
I appreciate that.
you love that so much.
He loves it. He's good at it. And
Yeah.
by the way, happy belated birthday to you two.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
To
Happy
Kyle
belated to
and
you too,
Steph.
Steph. I totally neglected to remember that. Thanks
And-
for letting me
I know you did.
Likewise, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can still
I
be
agree.
friends.
I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. It's
It
fine.
was a good birthday.
Yeah, it was.
So, ladies first, what
Yeah.
did you do for your birthday?
I was in California,
oh,
so
yes. Tell us about your
Yes.
trip.
it was a great trip. The weather was not as wonderful, but we was in Ventura, and then we spent a day in Santa Barbara because I love psych, and so we were trying to
Oh.
find some locations on that. So it was a really great trip.
It's a
So
fantastic show.
I have
Good.
no desire to move there.
Yeah.
But I
Why
would
is
visit.
that?
There's a lot of people and a lot of traffic. So
Yeah, I can imagine that would be a
Yeah.
big drawback.
but the
Yes.
mountains and the palm trees and the water, like that was gorgeous.
Oh,
Like,
it's a beautiful state.
yeah.
Yeah.
gorgeous. But yeah, it was good. It's good to be with family. So
Good. It's a nice little break from the Midwest.
it was, yes.
Well, we're glad to have you back. And, glad you made it safe and sound.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. And Kyle, how was your birthday? Did you do anything fun?
Obviously not, because I had to think about that. So no, I don't think I did. I
And you-
just stayed at the house, and I think I see my mom. I hung out with my mom for a little bit, and that's really about it. Didn't do too much. The older you get, you really don't need much. Stay happy. It's just like, whatever.
Right.
Just hung out with the kids.
That's what matters.
And
That's the fun part.
Yeah.
And I thought we have probably 2 games to play in this
Mhm.
first birthday.
Yes.
So we have to play in match.
Mash.
Mash. So are you prepared to play Mash? And Kyle, I
Ooh,
think you should be
yeah.
next.
Yeah.
All right. I think the crowd would agree with you on that. Yeah. Not me. Let's see. Here, what we got to do.
Okay.
All right.
Have you been thinking about your answers
Yeah. Actually, I
over
have.
the
I
past?
thought-
Oh, you wrote them down?
I wrote.
Is that what you?
No, I had one name. I started. I got them all in my head.
Premeditated.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. We're gonna make it a little bit easier today.
Dude, because I'm a simple guy. I need.
I just meant there are gonna be 3 instead of 4 for each category.
That's actually not more simple because what if I had like 4? Never mind. You're good. Go ahead.
Well, you only did a little bit, so
Okay.
you should be okay.
I should be happy.
Yeah. Okay, so why don't you name me 3 places you would like to live?
Let's see. Let's make her mad. We'll say Antarctica. All right.
Okay.
We're gonna make it like and then we're gonna go with Sahara Desert. All right, and then we're going with like the Amazon jungle.
Okay. All
Ooh.
right.
Okay.
You know?
The Amazon. All right.
Yeah, so we're going. It's like a triangle.
Sure.
She's
Okay.
gonna be happy on no matter where we go. So might as well.
Okay. Spouse.
All right, we'll start with since we talked about the Olsen twins last time. I'm going with the hottest one I know of, and that's Elizabeth Olsen. That's the first one. All right.
Okay.
Got it.
All right, we're gonna go with let's say Scarlett Johansson because they're both Avengers and they're both extremely beautiful, smart,
Mhm.
and dangerous. I want a woman that can beat up all the guys I go up to. Like, all right.
Well, if you're moving to the Amazon, this does.
I know that's what I'm
be good.
saying. She's gonna have to take care of
Yeah.
herself. So I've thought this through in the last minute.
Yeah, you
Easy.
did. Okay, and
All
last
right.
one.
There's a third one. Oh yeah, Gal Gadot, it's
Okay.
Wonder Woman.
I think you mean Gal Gadot. Is
Whatever.
it Gal Gadot?
You know what? She's got a T at her name. No? Is it a silent T? Is it got like an
Silent.
acronym?
I
thing?
really don't know.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Gadot. Either way, she's hot. So she needs to have a T at the end. See, even Steph would
Okay.
agree.
I don't really know who she is, so I couldn't agree.
Wow,
It's just really funny.
She's
you just broke my heart.
Yeah, sorry. I have no idea who it would be. I would not know her on a street.
She's an Israeli actress that plays Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but that's not my franchise, so I
Okay,
truly would
that's
have
fair.
no idea.
That's fair.
That's fair. It is. I
So
guess.
I'm sorry. but I do know 2 of the 3.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's that.
That's good. That's
Um,
good. That's 2 out of 3
let's
is never bad.
let's do car. Let's spice it up a little bit.
Okay. Fred Flintstone car.
Okay. Okay.
Let's go with the big old truck.
Okay. Big old truck. Got it.
Big old truck. You don't even have to be a brand. And then we'll go with the Tesla.
Okay.
Yeah, just because.
Nice choice.
You got, like I said, all 3. You got primeval, you got modern, and then you got like gasoline.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're gonna go with salary.
$1, $3, and $5 a year. No, I'm kidding. All right.
Okay.
All right.
It's your life, man.
All right. I'm kidding though. Let's go with 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, because you have to live in the Amazon survive. Antarctica, you can't survive on nothing. I'm pretty sure $1, $2, and $3 would both beat each other in like 5 minutes.
It's true. Okay. Just go ahead and tell me when to stop.
Now, stop.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. This I'm waiting for.
The anticipation.
Yeah. Well, I figure wife way I can't lose, but let's see, any other way, they're probably gonna be unhappy. I mean,
I have a strong feeling you're going to be a winner.
Yeah, they're not.
Calculating.
I just want to see.
This is interesting.
I tried. And so we clear. The only thing I thought about this was the wives. Everything else was just on the spot.
Okay. Are you ready for
Because I didn't
this?
want to forget names. I still apparently messed up on that. So here we go.
Okay, you are gonna live in a shack in the
Perfect.
Sahara Desert. Your life is quite interesting. You are gonna marry Elizabeth Olsen. That could
Nice.
explain the Tesla that you will be driving, and you will be making $300,000 a year. So,
Hey, I'm rich in the Sahara Desert. I'm
Yeah.
like any
Yeah.
other,
so I'm gonna assume the shack is nice. So,
Not really.
oh, okay. You haven't decorated
I
yet.
haven't thought about that
Okay.
yet.
You're going to be
Well.
a very humble person.
Yeah.
You have no idea. I got a camel named George.
No,
The
you
camel is
you have a
named
Tesla.
Tesla.
Oh, I like
yeah,
that.
Ooh.
yeah. There you go.
We just can't get away from the Olsen girls.
We
can
can't. We love them.
That's
They were the
fine.
I had to
90s.
bring it back. You know what I'm
You
saying?
brought it back.
Yeah.
You
you
guys
did.
didn't mention her, and no one even knew about her. And
It's because she wasn't the 90s.
Well, that might be true.
I'm just gonna name Mary Kate and Ashley, and then be like, "Oh well, Elizabeth was better." No,
Yeah. Well.
Kyle.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be me if I didn't disagree every now and then.
It's very true.
Well, you know what? I think we should move on to today's topic.
What's that? That's my stomach. Sorry.
That's your stomach.
Mom?
Let's talk about
Burrito.
dinosaurs,
Oh.
specifically the new trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth. Has anyone seen it?
Yes.
I have.
Nope.
Okay.
One of my contestant wives was supposed to be in that movie, I think, right?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Scarlett.
Oh, that's right.
She was a contestant.
Well, she's not a contestant. She's in it.
Well, I'm saying for my mash.
She won.
She won. Yes.
Well, no.
She's in it from
Listen,
MASH.
I'm talking about the mash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, she was in the roundup there.
So I will read the plot description from IMDb. So it says 5 years post Jurassic World Dominion, an expedition braves isolated equatorial regions to extract DNA from 3 massive prehistoric creatures for a groundbreaking medical breakthrough. So
Sounds
very,
scary.
very interesting. So what do you think about the trailer?
Honestly, I didn't. I liked it. Like as far as the way it looked, but then again, I'm kind of skeptical because it's like where are they going from here? We've already been everything, so been through everywhere. Where's this leading to? Is it a new franchise? I don't know. Like what's going on with it?
I get the feeling this is starting a new trilogy, even though it's still called Jurassic World, right? The first 3 for Jurassic Park, and the last 3 with Chris Pratt were Jurassic World. To me, Rebirth, it kind of has a Genesis kind of word. So I think it's starting a new trilogy, and the fact that they're trying to extract DNA from 3 massive dinosaurs, right? they have something for a medical breakthrough. Very interesting, very intriguing.
Yeah.
Okay.
As one who's never seen any of the Jurassic World, Jurassic Parks, any of it, it did look interesting. So,
Oh
yeah,
my
Ooh.
goodness.
I know.
So I think Rebirth says it all. I think we're gonna definitely get a whole new line of things. In fact, so I did a little bit of reading, and so in the previous movies, the original the 1990 whatever original the where they went was Isla Nublar. That's where they
Yes.
yeah. And then later on in the sequels, it was Isla Sorna. And so with Jurassic World Rebirth, what we're seeing is supposed to be a completely different location because I believe Isla Sorna was destroyed in like one of the Jurassic World movies.
Yeah, with the Bahia. It was the last was one where they had to go and extract. Yeah, there's a big volcano, right?
Yeah.
And they're all
Okay,
jumping off
so
the
they're
top or
not
something.
going to Isla Nublar.
No,
Okay.
it's going to be this is a completely different island.
Oh.
And so I mean from what I saw from the trailer, it does seem a lot more action packed. Scarlett Johansson's character is this operative that's supposed to be protecting the paleontologist and their team leader for the whole mission and everything. I definitely think that it's going to be a sequel or a complete reboot, which the trailer is entertaining to a certain degree. But I'll be honest with you, as I'm watching this, I'm just thinking like Hollywood just ran out of. They just continue to run out of ideas.
So it does.
You think?
It seems okay. It's a summer
Yeah.
blockbuster. Comes out in July.
Yeah.
Stars your girl Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey. He's the guy that played a character in Wicked that came out recently, and a Rupert Friend.
He's a friend from everyone.
He's
I
a
guess.
friend, right? It does kind of look thus far generic. You know, it gives you glimpses of some new dinosaurs, like you see that long tail in the very first scene,
Mhm.
and then it shows that kind of, you know, how a gorilla can like walk on its knuckles,
Yeah.
right? So whatever that thing is, because they emphasize new dinosaurs that were too dangerous to put in the previous park.
Ooh.
Wish they'd have something like bring like a dragon or something. Like,
Dragon.
finally shoot some fire. Yeah, that'd be too cool.
That would be extremely cool. But what I did notice in the trailer, did you see that they were at some kind of like temple? Like it looks like one of those old Mayan temples. Did you notice that? Like there were relics. There was like a dinosaur relic in it.
Well,
have
no,
to
I
go back
didn't.
and
But you
look.
know what? Honestly, I mean, I could go a million different ways with this, but that would be kind of cool to be like, oh, hey, they've been here not alongside mankind. You know what I'm saying? Because that's
You know where
actually
I'm going with this
closer to
exactly.
the truth, really. Than
Yeah,
I mean,
because
just
you
get real.
think because one of the little statue things inside the temple look like a dragon or a dinosaur.
Mhm.
So to me, I read that as like, oh, it's a prophecy thing. It's not just extracting DNA; it's something deeper. Like
Ooh,
maybe they've resurrected something rather than made something.
maybe they've
That
resurrected
would be cool.
dragon,
A dragon, it could be.
Leviathan.
So, and then I wonder what the medical breakthrough is. Let's be honest, the past couple of years have had a lot of medical things going around. So it's pretty catchy to have that mixed in with the film.
It is, yeah, that's true.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'll watch it. Let's...
Well, I think you need to rewind a little bit first.
I would.
just
I'll.
Don't
can
laugh.
imagine I will, but
Why not?
it's just a lot. I
It's-
mean, there are a lot in the franchise.
You
It's a lot
know.
of commitment
Are
time.
you scared?
I'm not. Yeah, that's what it was.
I'll watch it too,
Dinosaurs are
but
scary.
I was already getting fatigue while watching the trailer. I mean, you'll notice that there are completely different faces. Like there's new characters. Chris Pratt isn't coming back, it seems. Or at least he's not in the
so
trailer.
many years after
Yeah.
the previous film.
So, I mean, I guess that is the one thing that they have going for them, but it's like, I don't know. I'm just so sick and tired of it. Like, just come out with something completely different. So there's a video game where where it has something to do with dinosaurs. And it is a horror game. And I mean, there's so many different ways that they could do. Like what's the name of the guy that played Kylo Ren?
They used to have Turok back in the day.
Adam
Adam Driver.
Driver.
Adam Driver, yeah.
He did this movie where he's like this guy
Oh, yeah.
who lives in like the way into the future, and so he ends up
65 million years.
yes, he time traveled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
65 BC or
Was
million
it like
BC.
Did
the
he time travel?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
So was it like the best movie in the world?
No.
But it was new. It was a new idea.
It was entertaining.
It
yeah.
was entertaining, yeah, for sure. Things like that, I'm totally cool with. But like, I'm just if any more movies come out and it has Jurassic Park in the freaking title, I'm going to start having a conniption.
I get it. It's the same old song and dance. We want something new.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's. I'm hoping for the best. I love summer blockbusters.
Mhm.
It's just fun. It's something to anticipate. But I remember after the first three, there were rumors of a new Jurassic Park movie. I don't remember if it was called Jurassic Park or Jurassic World at the time, but they scrapped the entire script. Did anybody hear about this?
no.
No.
So you can look it up just Google it or whatever. So it was called Jurassic Park 4, but it had to do with hybrid human dinosaur, like chimera type creatures. They were half dinosaur and half human. And I guess the problem was the dinosaurs overpopulated or they got out of control. And scientists made these hybrid creatures to go and kill the dinosaurs to make them go extinct again. Yeah, they were like weaponized. Look at the concept art online. I mean, this movie would have been rated R.
Well,
Like
I
it's
think
just
it
they're
was-
so scary looking.
They should have made that one then.
I know.
No, I
It's-
think that was a good idea to scratch it.
No
No.
way.
I want to see it.
Tempest
now.
So-
Triad.
Absolutely
That's the name
not.
of the
Usually,
video
yeah.
game I was talking about.
What
Okay.
is it?
Tempest Triad. So
Let's try it. I've heard of that.
or yeah.
That feels like something you come up with in kindergarten.
The last video game I remember playing had dinosaurs and it was like
Just
Turok.
saying, that's
back in the day.
so dumb.
Like
Well-
what he was talking about? Or
yeah.
I
That's
didn't write
dumb.
the script for Jurassic
Okay,
Park 4.
well that's good because you seem kind of proud about it.
It was cool.
No,
I
that's
saw
so
Jurassic Park
dumb.
when I was 5 years old at a birthday party, and I cried when that guy got eaten in his Jeep.
I have an idea for
That's fair.
I have an
Yeah.
idea for a dinosaur human hybrid.
Tell us.
Steven Spielberg stole my idea.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
adorable.
But I did notice they took, based on that project that got scrapped, the idea was to control the dino human hybrids, and they kind of did that in the new Jurassic or the first Jurassic World film with Chris Pratt. Remember, he was trying to control the raptors.
Oh yeah,
Right.
They were in the one where they're trying to sell them. Yeah, one with Chris Pratt. One of the three, I
Yeah.
forget.
They
Um,
took the same concept and
Yeah, they have them like
controlling them.
implanted
Implants,
in their mind
yeah.
or in the tracker, but
Yeah.
they ultimately came out to find that you couldn't
Yes.
control a beast.
You can't,
What?
especially when
I
they're
know.
not real dinosaurs.
Yeah,
They
right.
fill in the gap, the DNA gap with frog DNA.
We're feeling froggy.
Do you
Film.
think their song was "Can't Be Tamed" by Miley Cyrus?
What if she got eaten
Can you
by a
sing it for
dinosaur?
us? I don't recall.
I'd watch that
No.
movie. It'd be hilarious.
I'm not gonna do that, but you can look it up later.
You put it on the table. You should sing it.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
hear it.
no, this is
Wow, that'd
not
be
a singing
hilarious.
podcast.
If you need to warm
so-
up,
It could be.
take your time.
No, I won't. But thank you.
It'd be kind of cool if like
I think
Miley Cyrus
Miley
came on a
does it
wrecking
better.
ball
So, well,
and
yeah,
destroyed it to dinosaur.
yeah, we could
Okay.
do that.
Well, in addition to what we were talking about, like with what we think it is, totally forgot I had this note here. I was on slashfilm.com, and in that article, it says that writer David Koepp, who penned the original adaptation of Jurassic Park, said that he saw Rebirth as a chance for Jurassic Park to start over.
Hmm.
Really?
It's a reboot.
Okay, it's totally.
It's a
It
freaking-
has
it's-
to be.
yeah, it's a
trilogy,
reboot.
too.
So you
Yes.
should have been Jurassic Park reboot, right?
It, well, you know what? That they've been doing that.
Yeah.
Like Hollywood. So, for instance, Predator, right?
Mhm.
There was Predator, Predator 2, And then I think
Predator.
that
Yeah.
right,
The
Predators,
Like, it-
Alien versus
let's just start putting
Predator.
numbers on that way we know
AVP.
exactly what order we're in.
Well,
If we
and
get-
then so the very first one, I think it was like 1987, 1980. Obviously, the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So that one was Predator, and then the one that came out, the most recent movie that came out that was like terrible. I think they called that one The Predator. Terrible freaking movie.
Was that with Glover? The Danny Glover?
No,
I thought.
Yeah, that was Predator.
Danny Glover
2.
was Predator
Okay,
2.
okay.
Yeah. And that was actually a pretty decent film too.
Yeah.
Predator and Predator 2 were both, I mean, usually if there is a sequel, it will do decently well, but like obviously the more that they kept going, they just ruined it. What made me angry is that Shane Black, the director of the new Predator movie, or the newer one, I guess, he was in the original movie. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I wanted everything to be at nighttime to make it more scary." And it's like, are you kidding me? Whenever I was a kid watching Predator, that the whole entire movie took place during the day, and you were scared. You're
Yeah.
like, "What the heck is going on?" This thing is ho 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 ho.
There's not a lot of light pollution at night in the jungle, so it
No,
would be
the only time,
hard to see.
yeah,
Mhm.
nighttime occurred at the end of the movie,
Mhm.
which I think intensified the scene even more.
Oh,
So
yeah,
good
'cause
job.
The Predator has what, thermal imaging?
Yes.
Something? Yeah.
So
That's pretty cool.
That's actually a pretty good one.
Thank you.
yeah.
You've been practicing.
Nope. Comes
Also,
naturally.
side note for you, the guy that voices Optimus Prime also came up with the Predator sound. Though.
Of course he did.
Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah.
Meow.
I am Optimus Prime.
So, back to dinosaurs. So, I want to talk about what is your definition of a dinosaur. So, based online, the word dinosaur was coined in 1842 by English naturalist Sir Richard
Right.
Owen.
Correct.
The word comes from the Greek word, forgive me, Dinos, meaning terrible, and sauros, meaning lizard.
Yeah, Dinosauria. which
And I
comes
think we'd
from
all
Greek
agree that
Dinos, yeah.
the term dragon was probably used before that time. And I know, Corey,
Actually,
you had some comments on that.
Yes. Yeah, you totally walked right into it for sure. Yeah. So, do you guys know a guy by the name of Kent Hovind?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I was watching one of his videos and he went into that whole thing. Talking about how in the past people referred to that people were referring to everything as dragons, how that the term dinosaur wasn't coined until 1891. But then he started going into like history, and he started going into like pretty modern compared to
Mhm.
compared to how long ago people are saying that dinosaurs lived,
Mhm.
So there's a Greek historian by the name of Herodotus. It was around this was around 440 BC. And there's a book, it's called The History of Herodotus. It was published by Titor Publishing in 1943. And in this book, it says, from his point of view, I went once to a certain place in Arabia, almost exactly opposite the city of Buto, to make inquiries concerning the winged serpents. So I will say serpents also come up a lot too.
Yes.
So if it's not dragon, it's a serpent or a
Mm-hmm.
snake-like thing.
well, I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, even in the Bible, they what is it? The behemoth, Leviathan, dragon.
Mhm.
I will get into that, Katie.
Yes.
I will get into
So
that.
ready.
So he continues, on my arrival, I saw the backbones and ribs of serpents in such numbers as it is impossible to describe. The winged serpent is shaped like the water snake. Its wings are not feathered, but resemble very closely to those of the bat. The place where the bones lie is at the entrance of a narrow gorge between steep mountains. The story goes that with the spring of the winged snakes come flying from Arabia towards Egypt, that were met in this gorge by the birds called ibises, who forbid their entrance and destroy them all. He goes into he brings up the book of Job. So like
Mhm.
if because the Bible is recognized as a historical document,
Mhm.
So he does mention how he does believe that there were actual dragons.
Mhm.
Uh, and in Job, it says in chapter 41, verse 19, out of his mouth, out of the mouth of Leviathan, go burning lamps and sparks of fire leap out. Out of his nostrils goeth smoke as of a seething pot of or cauldron. And then are you guys familiar with the Apocrypha? It's referred to as the Catholic Bible, but it's
Mhm.
called the Apocrypha.
Yeah.
So in the Apocrypha, there are 2 extra chapters in the book of Daniel. So this is Daniel 14:22, and it's I'm not going to read it word by word, but essentially what it is Daniel's talking to a king, and they're talking, and the king is telling him, um, they're discussing a drag. Again, the word dragon. There's a dragon that was around, and the Babylonians were worshiping this dragon. And so the king says to Daniel, "Behold, thou canst not say that this is not a living God. Adore him, therefore." Where are my? Okay, here we go. Adore him,
Therefore
therefore.
what?
And Daniel said, "I adore the Lord my God, for he is a living God, but that is no living God." And so what he ends up doing is he ends up taking pitch, which is from tree sap. It's really sticky.
Mhm.
So pitch, fat, and hair, he boiled them together and made lumps, and then he put them into the dragon's mouth, and says the dragon burst asunder. So he died essentially, but that was interesting. And then if you go through history, apparently Alexander the Great had said his soldiers were scared by dragons when they conquered parts of India in 326 BC. In 900 AD, an Irish writer said that they killed a dragon with iron nails on its tail, which a lot of people would probably look back to the Stegosaurus.
Mhm.
And then Marco Polo, he lived in China for about 17 years, and it was around 1271 AD when he reported that the emperor raised dragons to pull his chariots and parades.
Mhm.
That's nuts.
It's nuts, and I have no issue believing that stuff
Neither do I.
because the reason they write
It's our
about it,
historical documented facts at the
yes,
time.
and obviously it was significant whenever they killed a dragon, a serpent, whatever, enough to write about it because they kill a bear, okay, big deal, but when you kill a dragon or a serpent, I mean that's whoa. So I mean I've seen there was a video I saw a while ago. It was a an alligator crocodile in Florida. I guess the rumor is they don't stop growing as they age, but it was massive. Just walking across the golf course, and I just thought, "Oh man, shoot it!" Like that will gobble somebody up so fast. It's just like, oh, I
But
mean,
they're so cool.
shoot they're
You
cool,
just
but it's
watch it.
just it's like your internal instincts look at that and it go in defense mode.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's just minding its own business.
yeah, until
Just
it
have
eats
it.
an entire
It
family.
Well, the
wasn't.
thing
It
is,
was
if it
walking
eats an
to the
entire
pond.
family, all right, and it's in its natural habitat, that natural family, or sorry, that family, natural selection, all right? That's what I was gonna say because
And
that
I
just
like
happened.
that he was able to capture a whole family at one time with his short little
Yes.
arms, and no one could escape.
It's Final
Like that.
Destination, right? We'll get to that in just a
Oh,
little
I got
bit.
on the
Nice.
way
I like
here. I
what
had
you
an
did
episode.
there.
Yeah, don't jump the gun,
Yeah.
James.
We're still on.
Still on the dinosaurs.
So,
Still on
I wanted to share a
dinosaurs.
story too. So Papua New Guinea is considered part of the Amazon,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right?
Papa.
Mhm.
So several years ago, my dad and I went to this conference, and this guy went with us. I don't remember his name. Very nice man, but he was a missionary in Papua New Guinea for like 20 some years. And my dad kind of told me about him before we went with him. And on the car ride, my dad's like, go ahead and ask him. And so I said, I've heard there's dinosaurs in Papua New Guinea. Is that true? And he kind of chuckled and he said, well, he said, when I was there, I never saw any dinosaurs myself. He's like, it's a very tropical environment, volcanoes and such. But he said he talked to a tribesman that was there, and he told him a story about when a farmer was in a field, farmers, and some kind of reptile bird came down, grabbed one of the farmers, and flew away with him. Gone. And he said they have no reason to make this stuff up, but he said the saying "where there's smoke, there's fire." That there's
Mhm.
definitely smoke in Papua New Guinea.
Interesting.
Yes.
And what year was that?
Oh, I mean, probably the last 20 some years, 30 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
So
if not in Papua New Guinea, apparently Florida. You guys ever seen the video footage of this thing like running through this lady's backyard?
No.
Let me see it.
Here, I'll
Running through a backyard.
Well, you're
Yes.
finding that out. I have several friends in Papua New Guinea, so I'm going to follow up with
Are
them
you serious?
after this. Yeah,
How do you?
What do they do there?
they live like they're from Papua New Guinea.
Oh, they're from
Yeah,
Papua New Guinea.
yeah.
Yeah,
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 it is,
yeah.
I guess, but-
Okay, I'm gonna have to actually go to YouTube because this is on a stupid website. It's on a stupid news source. It doesn't
It's all
like.
right. We'll look at it a little bit later.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your plan of attack if you see a dinosaur?
Run.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do.
I'm going to open up my TikTok and
Okay,
just
that's a
get
good
a
idea.
little video and
Little video. Did you say
see what
run or
happens.
did Jorge? Kyle?
Run, shoot.
Run, shoot.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm gonna have to do some run. I'm not gonna be able to sit there and be like, oh hey, dinosaurs. I'm
I
gonna have
think
to do a little
they'll-
bit of running, cardio probably.
You're not going to outrun a dinosaur, so
No, you're right. I don't plan on running. I plan on running away and shooting at it until I die.
play that again.
Hang on, he's got the video here.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'm sorry, your listeners can't see this.
Oh, it
When
just
was
looks-
that
It just looks
posted?
like a fox. I've seen that now.
We
Yeah.
will post it. I
It's a
will
big
post it
fox,
on
Yeah, we'll
in the video or in the podcast description.
Yeah, Fox 35.
Tell us what you
Orlando.
think. What do you think? That kind of looks AI. I don't know, but it
Just-
runs
that
like a
looks
dinosaur.
The difference between
see
a
that?
dinosaur and a fox.
See that thick tail?
It does.
Yeah. What we would
It-
interpret as a dinosaur.
It does look like it has 2 legs, but I mean,
And it also does almost look. It almost looks animated in a way. Like
it looks fishy.
It does kind of look fishy, but that is very interesting to me because there have been some videos that are like clearly fake. Like
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys ever watched Nuke's Top 5.
well, you're never gonna be able to find out anything new now.
Well,
I've seen plenty of Nuke's Top 5.
So there's a video where I guess somebody was trying to say that like the character Dobby from Harry Potter was like on their roof.
Dobby!
Yeah. Dobby. So this character was, or this thing was in someone's yard and it looked like it was hopping around. It looked like a puppet. It looked like one of those puppets with like the wooden thing with like the wooden holder and the strings, you know.
Did it have something like on its head?
I think so.
It looked like a kid with like underwear on his head. He's just walking around the driveway or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. It said it looked like what they said was an alien or something.
I don't know. I was told Dobby. I've heard Dobby.
Because the homeowner
Yes.
claimed it was not her son, but it was because it was caught in the middle of the night. It really looks like a kid just running around with underwear. But yeah, it kind of does look like Dobby.
It looks it looked like a pup. If you see
Yeah.
if you see the movements, it looks like it's being controlled.
hmm
You know, and the owner's probably like, "No, yeah, that was not my son. I promise you." And it's
Yeah.
actually the homeowner doing the.
Yeah.
You actually see the
Reporter's
person
like,
doing it in the shadow.
You're lying. But yeah, there are lots of so convincing and so not convincing videos out there of
That one's definitely one of them.
aliens and dinosaurs and cryptids and all those fun things. I've probably only seen a few that I question whether they're real or not.
Well, you're gonna have a problem with that nowadays, anyways, because of AI. I mean,
Yeah,
it's getting better and better.
it's a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yup.
Super.
Yeah.
Like a one-sided sword, honestly, because it doesn't like. What we're gonna use it for? Good. I mean,
Yeah,
AI is not gonna feed anyone.
a
You know,
supercomputer.
not gonna go farm.
No, probably not yet.
I mean, it could, but I mean, it eventually has to build itself and do all that stuff. So we're not there
True.
yet. Terminator hasn't happened yet.
Oh, what's the name?
Which company?
From Skynet.
Skynet.
Yeah.
Skynet hasn't happened yet. Yeah.
It's a good rhyme. Should have been a poet.
Nah.
So, has anyone found any interesting dinosaur articles? There was one I was looking for. It was like a British company that was apparently kind of doing the same idea as Jurassic Park, which extracting DNA. I couldn't find it. I apologize, but I feel like I constantly see articles about scientists trying to revive the mammoths. I'm not,
I think that is so cool.
it is, but it's like, what's the obsession with a mammoth?
Yeah.
Like a woolly mammoth?
Yeah,
right?
I think they're just neat creatures, and we're always looking. I don't know.
Well, they can't even stop killing elephants. I mean, they're gonna bring back a mammoth. I mean,
I don't think
if
anyone's gonna kill that though because it's so.
oh,
Well,
you don't think no one's
Yeah.
gonna kill I would think no one's gonna kill an
I
elephant
don't.
either, but
yeah, why? What do they do to you?
I'm just saying if you bring them back, there may be a time.
oh
when
yeah,
everyone's
we
like,
can't kill them. They brought them back. They're not even real, but we can't. Yeah,
Remember that
I
movie
think it's
We're
awesome.
Back?
Yeah, that the dinosaur. Oh, I
Mhm.
love that one.
90s film.
That was
Loved
so
it.
good. Oh,
You lived it.
I
lived it,
forgot
loved
it.
it.
Go figure.
Forgot
Really?
it, yeah.
We're Back. It's like the dinosaurs that.
There's a cartoon.
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I probably, you know what? Like I said, repressed memory. I watched it. Oh yeah, I remember that. But you gotta archive some things to learn new stuff. I
Mhm.
can't remember every cartoon, guys.
Some
I'm on limited storage here.
Some things just stick with you, man.
Yeah.
And the-
Sure.
And We're Back was one of them.
And the funny
Guys.
thing
Sorry for
is,
you.
I can actually
It's in here.
remember the cover. I remember the cover
Yep.
of that
Yeah.
movie, but like I don't think I never watched it. Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
one
okay,
of the
yeah, I
dinosaurs
remember that
wearing
movie,
tennis
yeah,
shoes?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I remember that movie. I just the name of it. I guess kind of.
You know where I keep it, Kyle? Right here.
In his heart.
In my heart.
Yes.
I
Memories
loved
of
it. I didn't have a
the
lot of friends when I was
I didn't.
little, so.
I had a lot of friends. I was everywhere.
So, did anybody else find any other interesting articles?
Well, I mean, go ahead.
No, it was one. I think it was in Canada. They found a fossil of one that looked like it had been attacked by a crocodile. So.
Like a dinosaur
Mhm.
fossil?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm.
Very interesting.
Well, I was gonna say I've seen some videos and some documentaries on where they're talking about bones being found along the same even footprints in the
Yes.
because when it takes how long it takes to actually petrify something because the way Sicily, Italy, is that the one that's not Sicily? What's the one that's on the water? It's that's in Italy, right?
That might be
Venice.
Sicily.
Venice.
Oh,
Sorry.
oh.
Venice is how they made, Venice was made is they petrified those wood and they, they're actually able to do it with it was like it was pressure and heat basically. The way petrification goes isn't what we think it is. It doesn't
Right.
require, it.
You're talking about how long it takes something to
Yeah,
fossilize?
they
Yeah.
basically take all the minerals out and like that.
Yes.
And that's how
Mhm.
Venice was created. It was like they basically petrified logs, and then they set the whole foundation on top of that, and that's been actually known to happen a couple places over the world. So, I mean, it's not an uncommon practice, but the petrification process does not take millions and millions of
No,
years.
it doesn't. I'm a young Earth person. I don't believe
Yeah,
the
I'm
Earth
just
is.
saying, like, well, we've been lied to a lot, but it's just
Mhm.
one of those things. Like, yeah, the petrification is not near what they say. Like,
No.
it usually happens like
100%. And so I was actually just telling James this on the way here. So I found like a small article because there is like a prehistoric animal that I was looking into. And see, I wrote it down. What's the name of this thing? It's the ancestor to the sloth.
Oh, yeah.
oh, my grandma. I'm kidding. She's
Kyle
dead.
Elizabeth.
She can't hear this. It's okay. Love you, Granny. Granny.
So
You better
it's,
ask for forgiveness.
so it's called
Lord,
the
I apologize.
Megatherium.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah. So it is actually the ancestor to like a species, not just like a. So like it's like the ancestor to sloths, anteaters, armadillos, which I had no idea were even in the same like family, I guess.
But it's like the giant version, right?
Yeah.
Or the prehistoric version.
Yeah. So they were the size of elephants,
Hmm.
and they
Holy
were
cow.
yeah, and apparently they mostly ate like leaves from trees and stuff
Yeah,
like
from
that.
my
It's not,
grandma.
it's not holy cow, it's holy elephant.
Yeah, my bad.
So
Holy sloth.
Yeah.
so I'm looking and I'm reading into this, and I start getting into like the Pliocene period, the Pleistocene period, and the Pleistocene is just a fancy way of saying like that was the Ice Age, right? That's whenever these animals started really dying off. But I'm reading into like what these periods were. So like the Pliocene was like 5.3 million to 2.6 million years ago, right? I'm starting to read into that, and I'm just like, I don't believe in this crap.
Yeah.
I believe in the periods. Like I believe
Yeah.
that there were like, obviously, there was an ice age, but like I'm with you. I don't
Wait a second. Was there?
maybe
I
not.
wasn't there. I don't know. I'm a big observable evidence guy.
yeah.
I do love the movie though.
Yeah.
Ice Age was excellent. The first one. I
Um,
don't know if
I've
there's
never
even
seen
Actually,
it.
all
more
the
than
Ice
that. I
Ages
don't
are
know.
pretty good.
Do they have dinosaurs in that movie? And what's it
Yeah,
about?
Ice Age.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's about that. Their trek.
They're
across-
drunk?
The
Their
trek.
Oh, they're Trek. Okay.
Star Trek?
That would be a different take on it for
That would.
sure.
You know what though?
Yeah.
Another franchise that just doesn't stop making them. I thought they'd be done by which one is the one where like they introduce like Queen Latifah as another mammoth or whatever?
No idea.
Oh, I got you, Medea.
No.
That's
No.
Tyler Perry.
I'm
It's
down,
Tyler
I'm messing
Perry.
with you.
Wait,
I mean, if it's dinosaurs,
it's an animated show.
The Land Before
Yeah.
Time has about 17 of those.
That's right.
But Queen Latifah is not in
Land
those.
Before
No.
Time.
Like she voices one of the mammoths.
In Ice Age.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
that's
Ice
the one
Age,
where
yeah,
it's-
that's what
what's
I'm
the one
saying.
where
Okay,
he
sorry.
find his mate, right? Because in the one, where-
Yes. you're correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like they just, but they kept going, and then I think that they even made like a short film for the squirrel or something like that.
Oh yeah,
I
the
Probably.
think
squirrel
yeah,
was
it's Ice Age. It has to be.
But
He was the main star.
Ray
He was
Romano.
nutty.
Yeah.
Ray
pretty much-
Romano.
And who doesn't love him? I love him.
Everybody loves
Raymond.
Raymond.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Everybody does love her.
So-
He actually voiced that mammoth really well. That gives a perfect fit for the mammoth and the voice for
Mhm.
sure.
Oh yeah, I think mammoths actually sounded like that.
Oh yeah. When I was a kid, that's exactly what I thought they sounded like. Didn't you? I'm
That's
just saying he has that deep
May,
voice. but
I
yeah.
think the only animals that can talk are the ones in the Garden of Eden. Oh,
Yeah.
I said it.
Could you?
I'm telling you.
Could you
They got them to
imagine?
eat an apple, right?
You imagine you time travel to that age, and then you're just like, and you just hear the ah.
He's
What was
like,
that? It was a mammoth.
Yeah. How's it going today?
How are you?
How are you?
Just looking for my mate.
Forget about it.
So no matter what decade, even the 30 some years we've all been alive, we're still a dinosaur obsessed culture. It never goes out of style, does it?
No.
The curiosity with dinosaurs is just incredible because it doesn't seem to get old, does it? But it can always be a topic of conversation, whether it's fossils or
No,
film or
The
toys.
question you have to ask yourself is, what was the dinosaur's final destination?
Oh yes, we're almost there. Well, here we go. Here's a question for you. Were
Okay.
dinosaurs created before the flood? Or were they created after? Do you think they're made by God, or they were
They were
part of
created at
the-
the same time and
the
everything
pollution
else was.
of giants and Nephilim and such?
I'm just gonna go along the lines that they were all here from the beginning. You know.
So
They
you
were-
think
yeah,
they were
given
taken on the
dominion over
ark?
man and beast, right? And so
You think they were taken on the ark?
no. I
What do you
not.
think?
Yeah.
You think they were taken on the ark?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You?
Yeah.
Me, I don't know.
I don't think so, but could
I-
be.
I mean, why not? Why
Why
wouldn't they have
weren't where
been
they
back?
at then?
Okay.
Do you think that's gonna work in a Sunday school that you've got giraffes and
They would have to eat.
Tigers and then a dinosaur?
I've been to the Ark Encounter
Same.
in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Very cool. I encourage everyone to go see
It's
it.
very
They would
cool.
have had to eat a lot, and
Well,
I just don't see it happening.
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there.
I don't know. It says two of every.
Well, you said,
kind.
"What do you think?" I was just thinking. I don't
I,
think
I
every
think they were
kind.
there.
they're too big,
So
too carnivorous.
the thing is, I definitely believe that there were dinosaurs on the ark because God just said two of every kind, not two of every species.
Mhm.
And so another thing too is that everybody keeps assuming that these are like giant adults,
Hmm.
but no one's taking into account that maybe he brought on babies.
Mhm.
You
Well,
know,
they're still gonna
tiny-
have to eat and everything else.
well they
but-
eat,
true.
but they can eat and everything, obviously, but like
I'm just saying,
They
like,
eat less
it's
than
counterproductive to bring on animals that are typically carnivorous, right? And they're gonna eat meat.
But we don't know at that time if they were.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're
Uh,
gonna bring on one of every one, they're obviously gonna eat meat or something. Some of them have
What
these,
if they were fasting for those 40
you think
days?
some of those dragons didn't eat people and anything like that?
Uh,
You know, I mean,
well,
It's true.
I highly doubt. I think honestly, it was kind of like the non-beasts, the ones that were of pure blood,
so
basically.
if you're going to say that if you're going to go off of the fact that they're meat eaters, then what about all of the animals that weren't technically dinosaurs that were also meat eaters, like lions and
Well, I'm just saying, it just comes to a point to where you're gonna have to say you can't have like there were some animals that just did not make it in the flood. You know what I'm saying?
well,
So-
right, like I said, two of every
Two of every
kind,
kind,
not two
yeah.
of every
Okay,
species.
like the
Right.
sloth we were talking about.
Right.
You can get, a basic sloth, a male and female, and put them on board.
Now, keep in mind something. And I did look this up actually. So, does anybody recall that the chicken is apparently the descendant of a T-Rex?
Yes.
I did see
I
that
think
nonsense
that might be
floating
my
around.
favorite conspiracy
Yes.
of all time.
Well, it's not even a conspiracy. Like you can look it up and it'll be like, yes, they actually are. And it's like, so for one, I'm thinking, well, maybe the T-Rex probably even had feathers then, But
Mm.
another thing too is that, think about it like this. If the descendant of a T-Rex is a chicken, then what other animal is a descendant of another animal? We already know that the sloth is a descendant of that other animal. So clearly they would have had to have brought on some type of dinosaur for a certain type of animal to become
Crocodile,
right. And
chicken.
and that's another
But the
thing too.
crocodile wouldn't
Well,
have needed to
crocodile
be
wouldn't
on the
need it.
ark.
No, because the only
That's
animals
true.
that were supposed to be on the ark were land animals. They
Yeah.
were not water
That's
animals.
true. You
Which
got
is
me.
why we still have old
Well, I'm not saying
Nessie.
there wasn't. Like I said, the only possible way would have been babies, but they couldn't. I mean, given they were, the world wasn't flooded for what 40 days or something like that. Something like it was. What in an overall amount of time, it wasn't a long period of time. So he wouldn't have he would have had to have a food supply to sustain everyone. So I
He
mean,
had
yes, it
a
would have had
long
to.
time to prepare for the flood.
Yeah, he
But
had
keep in
100
mind, the
years.
world was very different before the flood.
True,
So
and it
that
was
could
like
mean
100 years or something to build the ark.
yes, and people live like let's
Yeah,
just
Noah
say
lived to be like 900.
the rules were different.
Noah was 600.
Yeah, 600. I
whenever
think
the
his
ark
father
was
was
built.
900 or
Yeah.
something like that. I think
Uh,
what was it?
Methuselah.
Adam was like 900.
Yes,
I think
Methuselah was
one of
the
the
longest
oldest one
living
was like
person, right?
934.
Hmm.
I don't think it was
I
Abraham.
think they even
900
mentioned
something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they even mentioned him in the Noah film with what's his name?
Steve
Russell
Carell.
Crowe.
Russell Crowe. It
Oh,
wasn't very good, but it
wrong
did have
one.
a lot of
Evan
Enoch
Almighty.
references, like the Watchers.
That was a terrible movie.
But it has Methuselah in it, and he's got like some kind of
Dude, they made Methuselah like some sort of witch doctor.
Yeah.
And they I really hate the way that they portrayed the Watch. Like, dude, that movie made me so mad.
like walking geo dudes.
I could not. Yeah. I
Yeah,
could not do it.
It's
But my argument for dinosaurs being on the ark is that if God instructs you to have two of every kind on the ark, he's going to pave a way for you to be able to care for them, which would be providing food, whatever it may be for them. So
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Tons of
obviously,
preparation.
it wouldn't have been a whole bunch, and I don't think it would have been. I think there would have been. I don't know how big was the ark and how many animals. I mean, we just don't know.
well, I've
so-
been there.
actually we do know how big the ark was because they
Well,
give
no,
the
no.
measurements in the
What
Bible.
I'm saying is like how many animals were put on.
Oh, I
That's what we
mean,
don't know.
there were obviously a ton. There's a lot, but yeah. Not
You just have to
necessarily.
even segregated somewhat because animals. I mean, you don't know. I mean, maybe I put a spell. I'm like, hey, get along.
That's what I'm saying. Could have been fasting. I just think it was vastly different.
It was very different.
And so
But
oh, it
have you
was.
been to the Ark Encounter?
No.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you?
road trip.
Road trip, Kentucky.
No, I think the difference is in the original arc, they did not have a gift shop. This one does. So it's
And they didn't have
Well, they had to have
options to buy
entertainment.
fountain pops every
yeah, it's a
10
little bit
steps.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the gift
No
shop. Hey
buffet.
guys, come here. It's the end of the world. Get your gift shop for the end of the world.
Yeah, wear some
Get
comfy
ready.
shoes because it's a journey.
Gonna
But
be
it's a sight to see, no joke.
It's
You
very
drive
cool.
up to it and you think, wow.
I've seen like a picture or videos of it online, but I've never been there.
Yeah, it's
very
very
cool.
cool. Very cool.
I what was it? Evan Almighty. I love that. Of
That
all the
was
Almighties, that was my
so
favorite
good.
one.
That was a good
Evan
movie.
Almighty was so much better than Bruce Almighty. I cannot stand
Agreed.
Bruce Almighty.
I actually really liked Bruce Almighty. That was a good
I
one.
prefer Bruce Almighty for Evan. What is
Really?
it? Evan
I
Almighty?
think Evan Almighty was just better just because like I don't know, the animals. It's like I don't know. I can't stand
I mean, it's
Jim Carrey. He's just.
it's extremely sacrilegious on both films.
Well,
I mean,
A
if
little
you
it
know,
felt a little less on Evan Almighty.
if you
I don't
know
know
about
what
Jim
it was.
Carrey, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So
I think he was excellent in The Grinch, but yeah. I wouldn't normally go to a Jim Carrey movie.
I'm
I
not
feel
saying he's not
attacked.
talented. I'm just saying he's just
I feel attacked.
Yes, but I did it lightly. I attacked it lightly.
No, I absolutely love Jim Carrey. Really big on like the cable again. Like his '90s era was really good because you had The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, Cable Guy,
I would say The Grinch
Ace
and The
Ventura.
Mask. I would agree. I did like The Mask.
I think
So-
Liar Liar
Yeah.
was probably his best one. Honestly,
That was pretty good.
Oh yeah, Liar Liar was
Liar,
great.
Liar.
That's I mean, that's honestly a Jim Carrey movie that's actually funny. I'm not gonna
Wasn't
lie.
that based off of a real event though?
What?
Liar Liar. Or no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of
I
Fun with
wish
Dick and
that would be
Jane.
great, wouldn't it?
I'm
No,
sorry, I
no.
get it mixed up.
Oh, the world would fall apart if a lawyer could tell the truth for a day. Oh,
Oh man.
And that's how you know it's fake.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, our good advice on cryptozoology.
Right.
You trust us here. So, Final Destination. We've arrived.
Ooh, have we?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
How about that?
So,
I can't say a lot of people are probably happy to arrive at their final destination.
yeah.
I won't
So,
lie.
speaking of death and
Destruction.
destruction. So, who saw the new trailer for Final
I
Destination
did.
Bloodlines?
I did.
You didn't?
I did.
Okay.
You sent it to me.
I did.
I would be rude for me not.
I
have
appreciate
watched
that.
it.
Did you watch it, Steph?
It would be rude of me to say I didn't.
Okay. Do you remember the films back when we were in high school?
Yeah.
They're okay.
No,
They're kind
because-
of all the same.
yeah.
There's a bunch of them.
I'll give you this. A lot of people die.
Yeah, I
The
have.
plot thickens.
I'm trying to think of the movies I watched. That would not have been one of them, but I know it's popular for the scene with the semi and all the logs.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
I think
sure-
that, I think
So-
that cemented in everyone's mind. Like, then no one's gonna be behind a
Yes.
log truck in the rest of their life.
Always.
No-
Everybody
Yeah.
remembers that
It-
scene.
So that's all I got on that one. But
It did have a
not
lot
much.
of rational and irrational fears of
yeah.
death. I remember distinctly that, and I don't know if it's a second or third one or fourth one, whatever. He dropped something down the garbage disposal,
Ugh.
and then he goes to retrieve whatever and then it's really
Yeah, why would he do
exaggerated. He's like
Yeah.
taking forever to get it out, and then it turns on, and I don't know if he trips and then gets I don't know. It
that? You
just-
know, I have enough irrational fears that I don't need to watch a movie to add any more to it.
Yeah, just
So,
have children and allow them to go outside and play and climb around. Like, oh yeah, Final Destination happening right now.
oh.
So I think the original plot was the guy was getting on a plane with his friends. They were going
Yeah, it's
somewhere.
the same. Like they see it has a premonition.
He has a premonition or something on the plane, and he gets off. So he cheats death, right?
Mhm.
Something
And
aided
everyone
him.
else that got off the plane with them. Yes.
That's right. And so somehow they've escaped the master plan of them dying on this flight. And then death has a vendetta to kill them, right?
Right.
And gets creative. So that's what the film's about. Now I'm assuming, I can't remember every single film.
I'm pretty sure it's the same every time around. You know.
Yeah, it's, it's the
You're
same.
like, it's like, oh hey, you didn't die, you gotta die.
But this one's
How
called
you gonna die?
Bloodlines, so I'm assuming it's their children or something are dealing with the same thing.
Yeah, maybe
So it didn't kill them.
So maybe it has something along the lines of like, hey, we survived, and then we had babies with someone else, and those babies should have never been born. So
That's
now
right.
you gotta die because
Oh, wow.
you're never supposed to exist.
James Wong is the one that directed the.
See, I've
Final
already figured out
Destination movie.
Hollywood.
Didn't he do like Insidious or something?
Yeah, I think he did. I feel like I'm tripping right now. I could have sworn that he also did like the what are those movies with like Ed and Lorraine Warren? Yeah. Yep. I am flipping out. I'm having an episode. Yeah, they're not him.
That's all right.
It's all right. The plot for the film from IMDb says, plagued by a recurring violent nightmare, a college student return home to find one person who can break the cycle and save her family from the horrific fate that is inevitably awaits them. Stars Tony Todd, Max Lloyd Jones, and Breck Bassinger. Wow. I don't know who they are, but
I don't either.
good for them.
Tony Todd is one of the like well-known horror movie. Like he was the Candyman in the 90s. He was the black guy with the hook and the bees, if you guys know what I'm talking
It
about.
was called the
Bees.
Candyman?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it was like called The Legend of Candyman or something like that. But he's really well known for being in like horror movies. I know that Rob Zombie used him a few times. Yeah, Night of the Living Dead, 1990, Candyman. I think that they made a few Candyman movies. Oh, yeah, the Halloween movies, or at least
H2O.
I don't know about that one, but
Yeah, me either.
he's usually like in a horror movie, or he's like some sort of mysterious character, or something like that. But he actually died just last year in November.
Poor guy.
Yeah, no, he was actually really well known. But yeah, the final. So the Final Destination movies are, I agree, they're like all pretty much the same thing.
It's the same thing. It seems like a B, like a B movie. You know what I'm talking about? Like they're not meant for mainstream, but like it just made it to the top, and then it's kind of like Transformers. It's like, okay, which one?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Terrible.
who all actually watched the trailer?
I did,
This guy.
Just you and me
and Kyle.
and Kyle. Okay,
Stephanie didn't, but
do you guys recall? So in the trailer, they give it away immediately. So the tattoo art, it's a tattoo artist, and it's his dad. I think it's his dad that died.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's his dad that died. Did you guys catch the picture that he had on his phone?
No, I didn't.
It is so like, it's weird. It looks like, so I kind of missed a couple things. Like I guess I wasn't paying too much attention at first. Like I had to rewatch the trailer to like actually go back and like figure out everything that was going on. But the scene where he like pulls out his phone or whatever, and it shows an older guy with his arm around, and he's kissing his cheek, and just like the way that it just did not look like a father and son. I legitimately thought that it was his boyfriend or something, or husband that died, but then they said it was his dad, and I was like, that's a weird picture. Then
Came across weird.
it did come off. Yeah, it was like that's pretty incestuous if that's your dad.
Yeah, I get that. I'll have to rewatch that. But the whole idea, I mean, it's just I'm assuming it's a scene from the film, or it's just a promo. But like the chain that's on the ceiling fan gets caught in his nose ring, and you're like, what?
And then it looked like he falls and lands on the fire.
Yeah, it's just.
I'm
so
like, yeah, like right now
ridiculous.
he may be getting burned. He ain't dead yet. I mean, something else got to
Good
fall
point.
on him. I mean, come on. I mean,
Good point. Maybe they want you to think he's dead, but he actually survives.
Right, and that was what he survives.
Although I do
That's the
think
beginning.
that the
Beginning of
trap
the
that
end.
he got into, he could have easily gotten out of it.
Yeah, if you just take your time and
Did you see the
Rip
clip?
the ceiling down. Like, just rip the thing off. Just
Well, no,
rip-
I mean, but did you actually see the clip on his nose ring, like how it clipped?
uh-uh.
He easily could have just pressed on it and just took it off and been like, "Oh,
Oh,
that
I
was
cheated
silly,"
death
but he
again.
didn't. Yeah, but he didn't do it.
That's funny.
yeah. But that's the
It's fight
part
or
of-
flight.
Yeah, everybody has to be stupid in order
it's
to
the
make
part
a
of film,
Yeah,
right?
movie.
When
yeah.
they just have to.
You have to be kind of dumb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have to make poor decisions for the audience.
I will give it this. There's not a lot of movies today that will show just like a vague sort of, or it wasn't vague. Obviously, you know what happens, but like it didn't give anything else away. It just had that scene, and then it was like Final Destination, Bloodlines, and you're
Well,
like,
yeah, because they already gave you one death scene. You already know everyone's gonna die. Final
Right.
Destination. How is everyone gonna die? You know, like, well, we can't show 2 or 3. Now when people want to show, like now we gotta like, kill more people.
right. Well, but that's the point. Like they don't reveal the major plot, I guess, of like what's actually going on.
It is
Which
more suspenseful, I guess.
but I appreciate that at least. I am sick and tired of these sequels and reboots and things like that, but I do give it credit where it's due. Like they didn't
I
show
mean,
too
I
much.
was surprised when you sent me that. I thought, surely that can't be the Final Destination from high school. And it certainly is. But yeah, you're right. They just do the same reboots or remakes of everything. They're running out of ideas, or
Wow.
I don't know what they're trying to
I
hit,
remember
but
the one scene that I don't know. There's a couple of them that are pretty good. Where in Final Destination, doesn't one kid get blown up by a grill in one of them? Right. That's kind of crazy.
He kept getting blown up by a grill.
No, he blown up by a grill.
Oh,
I don't think you keep on getting blown up.
poor guy.
It's rough.
If that happens, you're one
Yeah.
unlucky and lucky person.
Ouch.
Yeah, the first time you're lucky. Second time, yeah, I mean, obviously you have a lot of bad luck.
And to cap off that, has any of you had any real life near death experiences?
Yes.
You have?
Oh yeah.
Tell us.
Yes. I think the year was 2007.
Oh.
And I have a game that I like to play. Any location
Russian
I'm in.
roulette?
A new game called Get Lost. That's the name. I made it up. And if you're in a new area, you just take off one night and you just keep driving and driving and try to find your place, yourself back to where you're supposed to be. And so I thought that would be fun to play one night in the hills of Eastern Kentucky
Oh boy.
with two friends. And we left late from campus and just started driving. And we felt like we knew the area pretty well. And so we were going down a back road and like one side was the cliff and the other were like some houses and side of a hill or a mountain. And we passed a semi on this back road. And the guy who was driving for some reason flashed his lights at the semi. I don't know why. And we just kept going on our way. And shortly, in a short amount of time, we noticed there were headlights behind us. And the semi had turned around and was now following us down this back road. And so he followed us for a good 5 or 10 miles and just like as fast as he could. And before too long, all three of us were in the front seat because we were so scared and he was like right at our tail.
Candy cane.
Yeah. Was it
Yeah.
Joyride?
Yes.
Was that
Yeah.
the movie? Yeah.
I'll get you
Mhm.
candy
And there was this
cane.
big semi, this yellow semi. And so we made it out. We got to a familiar location, but it was in the opposite direction of where we needed to be. So we stopped, we waited a few minutes, and we turned around. And about 3 miles down the road, he was sitting on the side of the road waiting for us. And when we passed by, he flashed his headlights at us. And then we drove as fast as we could back to campus. So scared. It
And
was
that's
terrifying.
why you don't go to Kentucky with those truckers. They crazy. You
Yeah.
flash your headlights at me,
Which-
boy. You know that's death sentence.
Yeah, and he made the joke like they do that in the movie, and so he thought that would be the best
Yeah.
idea.
Maybe he
Candy
was
cane.
definitely intentionally doing that.
Yeah, which I didn't know, because I'd never watched the movie.
You said it was a
Um,
semi trailer?
Yeah, no,
mean-
a yellow semi
just a
truck.
trailer.
I can just see it.
There's no trailer.
No, just the.
I wonder
well,
what he's doing.
No, the trailer was on it. The white
Oh.
trailer
He's
in
a
the back.
trucker.
Yeah.
What else does he have to do
The
besides
question
drive?
is, why was he on that back road? I mean, again, one side was just a cliff.
I mean,
The other. So I don't
Very
know if he
intriguing.
lived down there and then thought, it's 2 a.m. I'm a little bored. Let's mess with these kids.
Proud Boy.
It was awful. I really thought I was going to die that night. And then I think the next week, the guy's car broke down. And so we had,
He's been
Run it.
final destinated.
yeah, it was terrifying though. And so then from then on, I just played Get Lost in the daylight. It's safer. So
Kyle,
that's-
you?
that's my-
No, I've never had. I mean, I've had crazy. I did have a trucker one time. Like, that was weird. I had trucker incidents were on truckers. I was coming home from school, and this one crazy guy. I got off the interstate, and okay, so I'll go with that. So I was going on the interstate, and I'm driving, 75 or whatever. I just passed this one trucker, and like he's just driving crazy. Like he's just in the left hand lane, gets in the right hand lane. Like I won't by this guy, so I go down to 80. When I'm only doing 75, and I blow by him going 80, and then he just starts getting on my butt. Like I didn't even do anything. Didn't look at him. I didn't think anything of it. He just riding my butt the entire time. So I flip him the bird, and then he follows me for like the next 30 miles. We get off on the interstate, and this guy, he gets out and he's behind me or whatever because we're stopped at the thing. I've done forgot about him at this point, but apparently he'd not forgotten at all. And he comes up and punches my window. I'm like, what the heck? And of course, I'm only like maybe 19, 20. But once he couldn't break my window, I kind of like, all right, and tried to get out of the car. And he threw his coffee cup inside I have my sunroof, and he threw that in there. Luckily, it wasn't hot. And I was ready to get out and throw down. But then he got back in his truck and we started going. And then I followed him to his house, and I was like, I called the cops on him just because like it was assault, whatever. It's like, and but now nothing ever happened. But yeah, kind of crazy. Truckers just think they own the road sometimes. And don't get me wrong, they're not. It's not everyone. I respect people doing their job, but just because you do your job doesn't mean that on that road. You have just as much right on that as anyone else, and you have just as much right to be off of it as you do to be on it. So
road rage is real.
it is.
Oh,
it will get
yes.
you. It'll get you locked up for life. I mean, you're better
Yeah.
off just letting people go by, whatever. I just let them go by, but I was young at that time. I was just like, why are you riding my butt, man? Like I'm not going past 80. I don't even like going past 80 on the interstate just because gas. I mean, I was driving a gas guzzler Explorer at that time, anyways.
Well, I think both of you wasted a lot of gas that day
Oh,
following each
yeah.
other.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
You're like, hey, you want to stop up here at the gas station, then we can continue?
Yeah.
Well, he went punch my window. Like, you can't even break my window. I'm getting out.
I think
he
again,
break my window. I've been like, all right, maybe I'll.
when
second
you're
get this.
that young, you're such idiots.
Yeah.
I would never do
I was
that again.
actually going to open my door and just smack him right in the face, but he walked away.
It's
too
not
quick.
worth it, dude.
Well, if he punches me, then it was.
No, he's not going to punch you because you're gonzo.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Jorge? Any?
I do not.
Near-death
At least
experiences?
none that I can think of. And if I can't think of any, that means I must have not.
I wouldn't say it's
cheated
Final
death.
Destination worthy,
Yeah.
but
I mean, yeah, no. Definitely not. I mean, we definitely, like growing up, I definitely did things that could have really gotten me hurt, but killed, I don't know. I guess.
oh yeah,
So what we would do is, whenever we were living in Texas, we would put, so there was like this park. There was this park that we lived nearby, and you had to go like, it was like along this curb, and since the duck park had a walking path that was pretty much a hill, so you couldn't see beyond where you were at. So like what we would do is we would put sticks in the road for people to run over. And so
Little brats.
yeah, and so like we would watch people like we would run into the road, put the sticks in the road, and then run back and hide and watch them hit. And there was this one person that like slammed on their brakes to try to go around it, but they realized that like we couldn't. So we did that until we finally got caught. That could have gotten us killed just because somebody could have been speeding around the corner or whatever and hit us while we were putting sticks in the road. But
so you're basically Big Daddy in these people. You were being Big Daddy, Adam Sandler. Like,
yeah,
that's a great movie. I love when they do that.
yeah. But
Rollerblade.
kill
Yeah,
like
I
stuff
know.
that could get us killed.
The only thing that comes to mind is actually it was back at the original Milkhouse, and me and Brian, my buddy Brian, we were hanging out, and we went into the Milkhouse, and all of a sudden we noticed this big tray of hot dogs. The hot dogs are in the bun, and we thought, oh man, we left those here last night, and we're like, I wonder if they're okay to eat. And so we pondered it for a while. We went and asked his mom, and she was like, I don't think that's a good idea. And then we ate them. We were hungry and in high school, and we didn't die. So
There you go.
Oh, there's process. You'd be all right.
yeah, we're good.
They weren't green.
You're hungry, and you look at it, and you're like, they look okay.
Yeah, there's one time me and my dad went camp. We're just out working out in the country where we live now. They live, and we couldn't start a fire or something. I don't remember. So something happened where we'd start eating cold hot dogs, where it was just good. It was terrible. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it did not taste good. But we're just like, well, we're just gonna eat some cold hot dogs right here. And I don't even think we wanted to make a fire or something. I don't remember what it was, but me and my dad just sitting there eating cold hot dogs, like whatever.
Well, they were cooked.
Well, mine weren't.
Well, I mean, they're cooked though. They're pre-cooked.
Well, yeah, I know. But
I don't think I've ever bought a raw hot dog.
Well, no, but still,
I
See
used to eat
weird?
them, and my mom would put 'em in my lunchbox cold. I don't know how I did it, but
I know. I'm just saying, like I prefer mine almost black, charred,
delicious.
delicious,
Well,
super.
anything else to add?
Yeah, so a couple things. So first, because we were talking about movie trailers. I was saying how I like the fact that this trailer didn't reveal a whole lot. It just showed one death scene. But there are actually a few movies that I did want to mention that completely ruined it. That ruined their own movie just by the trailer by itself. So, first one that came to mind was Fast and Furious 9. In the trailer, you see John Cena appear, and he's like the new like bad guy for them, right? And then in the trailer, you see Dominic Toretto's girlfriend be like, "It's his brother," and I'm like, "Why would you? Why would you put that in the trailer? That would have been a great reveal, like in the movie, if you hadn't done that. You just freaking ruined it. I'm not gonna watch it now.
The big cliffhanger.
Yes. Castaway. Have you ever seen the trailer for
Ugh.
Castaway?
You're talking
Yeah,
the Tom
that's one of
Hanks
the
movie?
great
Yes.
movies.
No.
Oh my gosh.
So
I love
that's a
Castaway.
great movie. It is a
But the
fantastic
trailer,
movie.
yes.
The trailer is stupid.
Well, yeah.
Because like in the trailer, it shows him on the island and everything. And then there's a part in the trailer where he's on the plane being brought home. And the guy's
so it ruins it.
yes. And so the guy's like, so then the guy's like, "We had a funeral for you." And he's like, "What did you put in it?" And then like it goes on to the I'm just like, you
That's
guys are
funny.
you guys are so dumb. And then honorable mention Rocky 4. The trailer to Rocky 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Rocky 4.
It's the best one, I
That's
think.
that's the one that goes down in history as like one of the
Yes.
best Rocky movies.
Is that
Yes.
Drago?
Yes.
And he kills
Yeah, it shows Apollo Creed's
Apollo
funeral.
Creed.
You know
Oh,
that
man.
he kills Apollo Creed.
It was just a different time. They still saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everybody already had a love for Rocky.
It's true.
That's right.
The Captain America Brave New World, the Red Hulk reveal. Why did they do that? They could have, you know what? Especially, so
They gotta sell tickets.
so that's my point. So with the exception of Rocky 4 and Castaway, because there was a time whenever movies were actually decent. Now, big reveals like that are a sign that the movie's gonna suck.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Definitely.
revealing the
Yes.
best photos of yourself.
I think, you said it. I think it's probably post-production. They're like, this movie's awful.
Yeah.
So we have to show
The
you know,
best.
the
Yeah.
best scene in
Well, you
the
gotta try
trailer
to get
just
the
to
biggest
lure
amount of
in.
people to come out the first week, and
Yeah. To
Yeah.
at least make their money back.
Yes.
You know what, though? I would be okay if Castaway did a sequel, but just where they show us what it was in the box, the package, the FedEx package.
so it's like you want like a 2-minute video.
Yeah, that's all I need. I just need a short film on what was in the package.
Well, because I feel like if he got Castaway again and he like took a flight over the ocean,
Again.
he's just stupid. Like
Castaway 2.
Yeah, like maybe he took a boat
Back to
ride
the
this
island.
time,
Yeah,
you know,
this time a boat.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
a jet ski. He's on a jet ski, you know, and then
Like, it's not gonna happen.
gets knocked out and then floats out the ocean. I'm back to the same island, guys.
I know more lobster.
No more
lobster.
So before we cut loose here, I have to make some corrections from the last episode.
Oh, yes. We talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the last episode, we discussed Blockbuster and Netflix.
Alright.
I said I didn't say that
Yes.
Netflix bought Blockbuster out, but
That's almost a tongue twister.
it is. But so, jeez. So Netflix did not buy out Blockbuster, but in 2000, Netflix did offer to sell Blockbuster 49% of its company for $50 million, but Blockbuster rejected the proposal, which is going to be one of the biggest mistakes, most expensive mistakes
Mm-hmm.
that they ever made. In 2010, Blockbuster went bankrupt after failing to adapt to digital streaming, which
Obviously.
I would probably hate Blockbuster today. because they probably would have done the whole ads that we absolutely hate.
Sure.
They probably would have given into that.
Turn into the monster that you hate, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Become the very thing they swore to destroy.
Mhm.
The last blockbuster is not in Alaska. Who said that last time?
I
That
did.
was-
You did?
I did because I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
It's
Eyeballs.
it's Bend, Oregon. That is where
Okay,
the
so
last.
the last
Is it
one-
open though?
Yes, in fact, there are
What?
thousands of members who still rent movies there.
In where Oregon?
Bend,
Bend.
Oregon.
Right
Yep.
on, down around the bend.
Yes.
Come
Well,
on round
I
the
can
bend.
sleep better now that you've made those corrections.
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah.
I can.
I got to.
Yep.
Just
Okay.
people will throw a tantrum.
Yes.
And then the comment that I made about wrestling, I
It
said,
was cool.
well, I'm not saying it's not cool,
I
but
did.
I said, but I think I need to clarify what I mean by like it being fake. So clearly, the action and things like that they do is real.
The
like
stunts are real.
yeah, obviously the stunts are real. The injuries are absolutely real. But it's whenever people say that it's fake,
It's
I
the
think
outcome. It's
they're
predetermined.
referring to the dramatics and the monologues, and it just comes off like this soap opera with testosterone.
That's a good
It's
way to
always been
describe
that
it.
way,
You
though.
know, yeah. So
I mean,
everything
that's
that
what
they,
okay. We've already watched One Life to Live or whatever that is. Once in a Blue Moon, whatever. And that's not even one, but it should
What are
be.
you quoting?
Well, I don't know. Soap operas. Yeah. How the world
Once
turns.
a life to live.
Once
Yeah.
in a blue moon, is that what you call it?
Yeah, that's what I would have called one. You know, I mean, why not?
Days
Soap
of
opera.
our lives.
Days of our never. Dude, that's like forever. Like,
Kyle will have corrections next week.
yeah.
Yes.
oh, I'm not having. No, they're all terrible.
All my children.
No corrections. I'm not giving out any. These are pure opinions, not facts. If you don't like
This
them,
is opinion based podcast.
you are welcome to your own.
Don't you dare call soap operas fake. The emotions are
Don't
real.
you
Yeah,
dare.
the anger I feel when I watch them is 100% authentic. I'm not gonna lie. My grandma, when's Marlena gonna die? I just
The
wanted to.
emotions.
4
The
years later, I'm in the high
emotions.
school and Marlene is still in the bed. I mean, I remember that. Like, she just never woke up from a coma. Like, it stuck with me throughout my whole adult life. Like, if Days of Our Lives was still on, Marlene is still in a coma in my head.
Still.
Does anybody have any final thoughts?
No.
No, I'm looking forward when we go see Jurassic World Rebirth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle, come let me know what Final Destination is.
I need you to hold my hand.
So it looks like a Jurassic World Rebirth movie review is going to be coming up.
Absolutely.
All right.
For
Well,
sure.
yeah, I don't think it comes out for a while, so I think we got a little
July.
time.
It'll be here before you know it.
Holy dog poop.
I think you meant holy sloth. We went over
Yeah,
this
holy
earlier
sloth.
today. Yeah.
Okay, holy sloth poop.
Well, this was episode 2 of Milkhouse. It was great coming into the studio with everybody.
It was.
Yes. Thank you for listening.
Yes, thanks for having us, and we'll definitely want to see you guys again sometime.
All right.
Yep.
Take care.
Peace.